yeah, I just realized I still have a kind of a little bit left over from yesterday, I think. I may later going to see if I could, get something from with a gift card from uh, 2 years ago, actually, from POC. Uh, um, to go to Culver's, but I'm not sure how much or whether I have some remainings. And while I'm kind of waiting for, the very supportive stuff at my regular spot nearby the work site besides the train station. So since I got a fucking stupid warning, and I'm not even allowed to wait there within the, as I was told by the police officer, like Officer Lee, for the next 5 days and nights I'm not around to literally anywhere being around the metro station at the Deerfield. And then I'm just like planning, since I told our store manager about trying to keep the commitment with the shift that she added for me on Saturday, that I usually work with her to do the clothing. So how to get there. Here is like a Vernon Hills. This is the library. It's a beautiful library, and I feel like it's a wonderful place, and it's walkable. But better, like, I have some transportation if the bus driver is on this route is not fucking as crazy as a few of them. And then I probably, since I couldn't wait nearby for the next shift, I could come here. And here is also a very nice area that I could maybe trying to find some a work opportunity and a living by opportunity, and it would be an additional blessing if that work out as planned. And I do have a few places that I feel very much wanted to attempt to get employment, and they may have a workable plan, and they may have a team that set up could assist me to work on site and seek the live nearby options accordingly as well. And but for tonight, most possibly, from Google Maps, it seems like it's gonna be 2 hours and 39 minutes to walk to the Marshalls from here, or additional maybe 10 minutes walking to go to the Red Roof from here. Marshalls maybe 29 minutes, but I think my walking speed could be a little bit slower than that, but maybe 4 hours. And so I couldn't get there too early, because if I make a reservation is specifically for tomorrow, and it's just not very decent. But they do let me help me to check in as early as possible on the same day. And sometimes I feel like I actually occupy the room more than 24 hours. But not every hour I was literally in the room. I mean, I just do my thing, because if I walked, I stay out for a few days and nights, and then I walked and I sweated. It's better to take a shower, clear up. Plus, if I'm not doing the morning opening shift, I could kind of rested a little bit as well. But but in general, I think that the staff there at the Red Roof was very supportive. But that's why I was like, while I appreciated it, I just really feel like for some people, there's always something not enough yet. After you appreciate it, you still have to, be bothered to appreciate more. And those kind of fucking bizarre. I just wish they could just, get the fuck away from me. Not because there seems to be no way for me to, get the fuck away from them. Wherever I walk by, wherever I sit by, even inside of the library, there was a fucking ditch jerk. Oh, he just wanted to sit in front of me and keep asking me, oh, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? Oh, he talks so friendly. I mean, if he already know that anybody make noises around me would cause me uncomfortable feeling, why didn't he just move his fucking dick ass somewhere else? There's so many places, so many tables, so many seats, so many studying rooms. Well, not that many, but a few. But he just wants to stick his fucking dick next to me to ask me, oh, are you okay? So those kind of things, I'm just like, it's not, maybe he is friendly, and I am a friendly person as well. But those kind of persons just typically not compatible. Their presence itself is just like that fucking bizarre engine of the metro train. I'm not even trying to pay attention to it. I was just literally sitting there and to see how my body could take it. But it's just like after a few hours, it gave me headaches. But I don't have other choice. I have to sit there and waiting for my routes or my shift or something, or waiting for my budget or something. And it's accumulated, and in the end, I just feel like, oh, I just have to sleep it off. Right on the bench of the train station. With all the accumulated headaches. That's just how those kind of ditch country assholes make me feel so uncomfortable. I mean, I don't really want it to be seen or present my fucking homeless entrepreneur fucking ass on the sidewalks on the country road at all. But the options are just so limited. And since I'm not going to like prostituting or do a fucking country job to have a fucking spot to stay with a fucking ditch ass somewhere, so all I could take it as a neat kind of opportunity options for my living needs is really like find a place. It could be comparatively quiet and nice and safe and work and nearby, and maybe use Uber Lyft if I could live nearby, and then I can just walk there. And then the options I could think of is just like if there's a studio from the office rental space, and I can use that as partially of my residential kind of needs. And then if I need to take a shower, I would go to take a shower, maybe use gym, or go to hotels or motels to shower, because summer is coming. But other options would be the rent is really fucking expensive here in all the neighbor areas, like from Deerfield, North Brook, and Buffalo Glove, and partially of the Buffalo Glove, and here Vernon Hills as well. So I didn't think about that much, if that's possible. I just wish that I could be, make sensely less struggled with all the fucking struggling that I already experienced. I'm just like, you work together with a team, maybe thanks to Jacob. And from, the 2 seasons ago, we work at core sales floor that is a performance stage with all the attentions from that community, right? But after work, as I write it in my book too, that we are not going to go home together. It's just like we are a team, and we make sense. There is a goal of the merchants, of the sales, of the revenues, of the payrolls, and we wanted to really reach the goals and to be one of the phenomenal, iconic, best top performance team, and everyone work towards that goal. But it doesn't really need to be so sad or so high expectation that I'm going to go home with the store manager after work. But for some people, it's still so new. They are in their fucking dream of Hollywood, if not their fucking country ditch dreams or something. Or you just maybe arrived after you left this area years ago, and then when you come back, you are an author. At least you published 2 books now, and then they are still same kind of ditches, but somehow they just perceive that they could be very new as well. But I really don't see like what could be the new thing. Do they have a condo? Do they have 2 bedrooms? Do they have a mansion? Or even if they do, why I expect them to offer me a place to stay? And like what? I be like homemade for them? Like I was pondering. So my vlog has all the kind of experience, all the chapters, all the places that I went to, and all the efforts, all the difficulties, all the efforts I made or trying to make towards my goal, and all the fucking stresses or the difficulties I experienced, and all the stress and all the dilemmas and the ridiculous kind of fucking harassment or bazaars. Why they would expect me just could go home and do a job and staying there? I don't, honestly, I don't have any kind of expectation. I do leave myself stay in connection, not trying to purposely reject those kind of expectation. Like say I requested, I called Lex, I called Ferris to from this connection, and from the really just a little bit kind of I'm not regularly paying much attention to any kind of a social media stuff, but there could be like a real connection, and the connection could be deepened, and that comes to part of my foundation about how this like a human connection could be transformed to get me out of my fucking struggling, and it could be shareable, like those coaches is already sharing with me, like very deeply touching milestones of their career, of their life stories, and I think that's motivated me really deeply. And if I could get out of this kind of stressful living situation, it may help me to adjust my tone to be a professional level, that I could just talk about my own bizarre, shitty living struggling experience as a case study, like this boy is doing. Like I don't think anyone, the bird is not bothering him. The book, the content of the book, the design of the book, the marketing of the book, this is fucking bizarre engines, including me, like kind of setting up the episode for my content writing, content marketing is not going to bother him anymore. And maybe he could be so deep, so understanding, so friendly, that if I wanted him to keep the distance, he would keep the distance. If I wanted a cuddling, a hug, or a deep conversation, and he would spare his like time, energy, attention, specifically for me to assist my deeper needs. And yes, I wish after all this process, all this like self-motivation upon motivations, that I would be able to do a better job as a writer, as a creator, and with my also brand, that's is goal of the service that I am going to provide to like my audience, to my readers, or to anyone that I think that I could help them with something.